Have you ever wondered how to prepare healthy food that actually tastes good? Well, stay tuned while Avita Tizano, Brenda Kemp, and yours truly, Nice Collins, show you just how to do it and give you a taste of paradise.
My name is Brenda Kemp.
And my name is Avita Tizano. Thank you for joining us today.
Today we're going to be doing a recipe titled Broccoli Crunch. Evita, I love food that has a crunch to it, and this recipe is a perfect recipe packed with that crunch. So why don't we tell everybody what the ingredients are?
For the dressing, 1 cup of cashews soaked at least 2 hours, juice from 1½ lemon, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1/4 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of chopped red onion, 1 clove of garlic, 2 teaspoons of pure maple syrup, 2 teaspoons turmeric, and a pinch of Celtic sea salt.
Okay, well let us begin.
And while you do that, I will chop the broccoli.
Okay, put in our cashews that have been soaked, our olive oil. We're adding in our lemon juice, our salt, our turmeric, our maple syrup, water, onion powder, and 1 clove of garlic. Put this on our Vitamix, and we're going to blend until it's smooth. Okay, we're going to test it out, see if it's silky smooth. It's kind of lumpy. More blending. Okay, let's test it out.
Wow, that looks great.
It's good. All right, so put this down for a minute. Do you need help chopping?
Yes, I do. I need a little help. You know, broccoli is a great source of calcium. Did you know that?
Did you know that broccoli has more calcium than a glass of milk?
Really?
Yes, it does.
Let's chop this up really quickly.
Okay. Have you ever had broccoli crunch before?
Oh, yes. I fixed it for my roommate, and she just loved it.
I love fixing this recipe for people.
This is a great recipe that you could bring to fellowship meal at church. You could share it with your friends and family. It's a real quick recipe as well.
Exactly.
Okay, we're all done.
Okay. Okay, now that we've got our broccoli chopped, we are going to prepare to make the salad. So we're going to read the ingredients for the salad. And they are 6 cups of broccoli chopped, a half a red onion medium chopped, 1 cup of chopped tomatoes, and 1 cup of sunflower seeds. So let's get our salad put together.
Wow, this is a really quick and easy recipe.
Yes. Okay, we're going to add our
Tomatoes.
I'm going to add onions.
Oh, those red onions are so nice.
Yes.
And the sunflower seeds.
That sunflower seeds give it that good crunch.
Yes.
And these are raw sunflower seeds.
Yes, they are.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of just mix this up just a little. We don't want all our onions in one spot. Let's see how that is.
Wow.
How's that?
That is looking beautiful.
Okay. Now, we're
Put
going to
the
go
dressing?
ahead and put our
Let's get a
dressing
spoon.
on. Do you want to plate it first?
Yes, let me get the plate.
We're going to plate it first. This recipe is a great side dish, or it can be eaten by itself. Let's go ahead and mix the sauce on it.
Oh, wow. Brenda, that smells so good. I can't wait to try some.
Okay. Now, while I'm pouring this out, I'm going to get you to go ahead and mix it together.
Okay. You want me to do it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, look at those colors with the green and the yellow.
Yeah.
That's the turmeric that made it, that gave it that beautiful golden color.
I think we need to get the rest of this that's in the bottom.
Okay.
Let me try it. We don't want to leave any out.
Wow, this looks so good. And the smell of it, the aroma is it smells so delicious. Wow. Okay, we ready to plate it?
Let's plate it.
Wow, look at that.
Make sure you get the sides.
Yes. We don't want to lose any of this.
Look at those colors.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's about all our plate will hold.
Okay.
Wow.
And so there you have it, broccoli crunch.
Add-ons. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. The thing that makes like everything taste good. So you got your fries, you add on ketchup. You have your burger, you add on mayonnaise. What else? You have your hot dog, you add on what? Mustard. And it goes on and on. You have your salad, you add on dressing. You have food, you add on gravy. And it goes on. And like, we can't stop with the add-ons. And a matter of fact, I'm the biggest one that's guilty of it because I used to love it. As a matter of fact, I used to take add-ons to a whole nother level. I would get some fries, I'll take some mayonnaise, mix that with some mustard and ketchup. I would do the triple add-on. I don't know if y'all ready for that one, and I encourage you not to do it at home with or without your parents' supervision. So add-ons, it makes everything taste better. It's just like it takes things over the top. But the question is, not only does it take the taste over the top, but it takes our health over the cliff sometimes. Matter of fact, they were showing a little report that individual came from like a different country and they came to like the States and they ate the same food that they ate in that country, but the only difference in their diet was the add-ons, the mustard, the mayonnaise, the ketchup, the barbecue sauce, and it goes on and on. And you know what happened? They started to deal with major issues. The blessings started added on, the pressure started added on, and you name it, and the problems were coming, especially like those individuals who are dealing with like gastritis or stomach problems or items of that nature. But now when you try to live a healthy lifestyle, does that mean you don't add on anything? A lot of times when we talk about like healthy living and a taste of eating and stuff and trying to give some people something better, everybody wants to subtract. Don't do this, don't do that, don't add this, don't add that. I'm tired of the do nots. Let's do something. And so our goal by giving you something better is we're going to add on some ketchup this time. But the ketchup we're going to make is going to be very tasty, very helpful. Now, here's the only catch. The other ketchup, it does taste good. And that's why we keep adding it on to everything. I was at one house one time, and I thought, ketchup, you use it for fries or maybe a burger or something. Man, I saw one of the children adding it on rice, adding it on bread. I mean, they took this to a whole nother level. So we want them to continue doing that, but we want to do it with something helpful, because the regular ketchup, it has a lot of ingredients, extra ingredients, that is causing major, major issues. And one of those main ingredients, you know it all, is vinegar. Now, what's the catch with the vinegar? I mean, yeah, it is nice and acidy, and it kind of tastes good. As a matter of fact, my mom is from the islands, and when we were growing up, we always used to take like cucumber and vinegar and pepper and all of this stuff, and it was the most burning thing around town, but it was like the most tasteful thing as well. But when we really start to look at that vinegar that you find in the ketchup, that you find in the majority of add-ons, that thing is wreaking some havoc on the body, and literal havoc. You know, I can't even say it. That's how important it is. When we look at vinegar, we have to ask the question, where does the vinegar come from? Where is it made, and what does it do, and stuff like that. And everybody in general already knows where the vinegar comes from. It comes from basically spoiled fruits. But let's take it a step deeper. I have a question for you. You answer the question on your own. Does anybody drink alcohol? Most people will probably say no, and some will say yes, and stuff like that. Well, in general, when we look at alcohol, and if you do, you know, there may be some issues, and some may show beneficial properties of wine and stuff like that. But when we look at it, we see that it may cause one or two problems as well. That's why the people who use a lot of alcohol develop cirrhosis of the liver, and the list goes on and on. But when we also look at this situation at vinegar, we find that there's some similarity, and I'll explain it to you, because vinegar actually comes from basically spoiled alcohol. And I'll show you the quick item. There's basically two types of vinegars that we all know. One is, you all could probably even tell me, one is apple cider vinegar, and the other one is white vinegar, okay? So we have the white vinegar, which I think you know, the white vinegar comes from what? It comes from the grapes in general. Okay, and that's why when you look at that vinegar bottle, you see like a nice little vine of grapes and stuff like that. They're basically telling you where it came from. And then obviously, where does the apple cider vinegar come from? It comes from the apple. You hit it on the head. So now we have about two items here. You have the apple, and you also have the grape. So let's start with that process of fermentation real quick. So we have the apple here. You let it ferment just a little bit, nice way of saying spoil, and you get apple juice. You already know that it's not as fresh as it was when it was new. How do you know that? Let's say take a bite of an apple, right? Within a couple of seconds, because it's being exposed to the air, it starts to turn what color? It starts to turn brown. That means it's starting to ferment. It's starting to get old because of the air, okay? So that's what happens. So you have apple juice, which is not as fresh as the apple. Are we saying apple juice is bad? No way. What we are saying is just not as fresh as the what? As the apple. So let's go to the grapes real quick. We have grapes. You let it ferment just a little bit, spoil just a little bit, exposed to the air. You remember the process, and you get grape juice. Are we saying grape juice is bad? No. Is it as fresh as the whole grape? No, it's not as fresh as the whole grape. So you have those two processes, right? So now let's let the grape or the apple juice ferment just a little bit more. What? Nice way of saying spoil. So if that apple juice spoils just a little bit, you get what? Apple cider. Okay, is apple cider as fresh as apple juice? No way. Is it as fresh as the fresh apple? No. So you let that what? Grape juice now spoil just a little bit, and it goes from grape juice to wine. Exactly my point. Wine, apple cider, similar. So now let's go from apple cider. If you let apple cider spoil a little bit more, you know, of course, there's a process to it. It becomes apple cider vinegar. If you let that wine or that alcohol or items like that, they use Pasteur. You remember way back in the 1800s, he found out that there are microorganisms that allow this process to happen. You let that wine spoil a little bit more, you end up with vinegar. We all know this. This is nothing new. Even the Bible taught us this, and I think it was like number 6:3. It talks about the strong drink, and you know, remember the Levitical whole situation. But the whole point is vinegar is like the last step in spoilage. You can't spoil it more than that in general. And so it's an acid outside, acid inside. And this is what causes problems to the body. And when we look at it, because it's an acid, sooner or later, if a person uses it consistently, it starts to erode the dental enamel. Everybody knows this because it's acid. What else does it cause? It causes little gastric problems. And I know a lot of people saying, oh, if you have acid problems, take some vinegar. That could be a challenge. The Lord already put the natural enzymes and stuff in your body to take care of that. And so it causes this. And then sooner or later, they start to see as well that it starts to destroy some of those red blood cells. Now, who wants to destroy red blood cells? Nobody. And so they say, man, the lower the blood cell count, people have anemia. Are we saying that it's the only cause? No, it's not. But there is some relation. So just let's be wise on the decisions that we make. So today, our ketchup that we're going to make has no vinegar. Our ketchup doesn't have these spices. We use herbs and stuff like that. And a matter of fact, enough of the talking. I know y'all want some ketchup. We want to add this stuff on because we're about to eat in a little while. So let's go to the recipe real quick. We're going to learn how to make this ketchup, and it's real simple. All you need is 1 cup of unsalted tomato sauce, 4 teaspoons of honey, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of onion salt, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon substitute, which is real easy to make. You just use 3 parts coriander and 1 part cardamom, and 1/8 teaspoon of celery salt, 1 1/2 tablespoon of lemon juice, and just 1/2 teaspoon of molasses. Now, real quick, if that didn't take your breath, it took mine. I know it's quite a few ingredients, but just look at your ketchup right now. It's hanging out on the side of the fridge door. Matter of fact, there's probably 3 bottles there. One that's half empty, one that's brand new, and one that just has like 2 drops left, but we don't want to throw it away. I know what you're doing because I used to have those ketchup bottles. And the funny thing about it is they be there for years and years. We have them there, and we just like we don't want to get rid of it. But anyway, this has quite a few ingredients, and the reason why, just to add some flavor to it. And double check your ketchup, and you see how many ingredients that is there already. So it's real simple how to make. You just get a nice mixing bowl. All you need is your tomato sauce, so you put that in there as well. Let's say you don't have tomato paste or tomato sauce. You know what I did here today? I just took up a couple of tomatoes and I just blended it up, and I have that right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my salt as well to that. That's the sea salt. I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic and the onion powder. And don't worry, you remember that cinnamon substitute I told you to make? Now that recipe there, you make that separately, and then you take that measurement from that that you had made. So this is good because that cinnamon is causing a little irritation to the digestive tract. So that's why we want to go ahead and make our own. Then we're going to add the lemon juice. So instead of vinegar now, what are we doing? We're doing lemon juice in place of that. We have the honey. Normally you'll find this in your ketchup. It'll say, not honey, it'll say sugar. And so instead of sugar, we're adding honey. And last but not least, we have that black strap or any kind of molasses that you can find. I'm going to add us some nice color and a little bit of flavor. And we just mix those items up there. This is like the simplest and easiest thing to do. Nobody has an excuse anymore. Oh, I don't have no ketchup, and what am I going to eat my food with? Because you have it right here. Very simple and easy to make. And if you want it finer or smoother, then all you have to do is go ahead and blend it a little bit more. And that should be it. So you take this. Now, what I like to normally do, I like to take this and I will take the recipe and multiply it by 2 or 3, right? Because I'm an add-on fan. And you take this, put it in a bottle that you can close and put it in the fridge. And whenever you're ready, you go ahead and you use it. Why are we adding that lemon juice? Lemon juice, it's a little acidic outside, but when it goes through digestion, it turns to alkaline. If you notice, there's a big push out there. Everybody, alkaline your body because cancer grows in acidic mediums. Well, let's just not put acid in, vinegar per se. So that's why we're giving you this option so you can have a healthier alternative. But now nobody's just going to have ketchup with ketchup. We need to add, get something to go with that. And what is the #1 item we put ketchup on? And it is usually French fries. But today, we're going to go ahead and mix it up a little bit. We're going to give you one of the super potatoes. And it's not just a regular potato, not an Irish or Idaho or red potato or whatever like that. We're going to mix it up with one of the best potatoes that you can find. Good for a lot of ailments as well, but it's good for just overall health because it has so many vitamins and minerals. Did anybody guess it yet? Because I'm getting a little tired here. And it is sweet potato. We all know the sweet potato. Yes, the good one, the one that we usually only have during holidays and stuff, and we bake it and we split it open. You know what I'm talking about? Look at this one. This one has it needs a little help. We split it open and we put brown sugar, we put honey and cinnamon and all that stuff. But watch this. If you still want to go ahead and bake it and split it open and stuff like that, you can do so. But instead of that cinnamon that you normally put, let's go ahead and do that cinnamon substitute. Did you got the recipe, right? So you add a little bit of that. If you still want to use honey, no problem, diabetics. However, we're going to hold you off on the honey because that jumps high in the blood sugar. So we don't want to do that. You can still do it, but we're just going to use healthier alternatives, all right? So we have some sweet potatoes here. We're going to make some sweet potato fries. Now, it's real simple. All you need is 3 to 5 medium sweet potatoes, peeled and cut into 1/4 inch sticks. We have 1 1/2 tablespoon of oil, 2 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Real simple, real easy. I'm sure y'all can knock it out. To be honest, you don't even need all of those additional items. Just cut your sweet potato as you see here. I already went ahead and did it for the sake of time. We cut it up into those nice little sticks there. Looks even like French fries with just a little orangey color. But you can do that yourself. Real easy to do that. Then what we're going to do, I'm just going to grab a little tray here. All right, so here's my tray. And I'm just going to take those items. Let me pull these off. And we're going to put that on this tray here with the parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, just use what you have. Don't worry about this. Here's one of the key in doing ingredients is never stop doing your recipe if you're missing an ingredient or a tool or something. Just work with what you have. If you don't have parchment paper, I'll show you something real quick to do. Anybody, if you take a quick look here. All right, and as soon as I get there, if you don't have the parchment paper, then I'll show you a little quick tip. All right, no parchment paper, no problem. We'll just do it on a regular dish, just like that, all right? Because we don't have time to be running to the supermarket. I am hungry. Then what you do is you just take that oil, you just drizzle the oil over it nicely there. Let me get my other item. Uh-oh, we're in the kitchen, and I'm making a mess, but that's all right. I don't ever find it. So you just take that, mix those up so the oil can get over it properly. All right. Now you want that oil to touch a little bit because when you add your other little spices, ooh, I don't like oil. So you see me hesitating to get my hands in it. But in order to do a good job, sometimes you have to get dirty. Somebody's got to do it. And what you do here is you go ahead and you add the rest of the ingredients. So I have the paprika. You sprinkle that over. Oh man, this is gonna look great. People are gonna enjoy it. And then you add the rest of the other ones. You have the onion and garlic. You can mix it up still a little bit later. Oh man, have the kids do this with you. They won't be crying for their favorite fast food restaurant French fries. And y'all know what I'm talking about. The ones that we all know. And I can see an idea popping in your head of what I'm talking about. Then you just go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of salt, not much, okay? And then you just mix those nice, just like how you would do your home fries, not even home fries, your own home French fries. We used to call these potato wedges, all right? But these are sweet potato wedges. Actually, they're not that big, so there you go. As simple as that. We'll take that now. Let me just clean up here a little bit. And you take that, you put that in the oven for a little time. You're just following instructions there at about 300 at the last couple of moments. Then you'll go ahead and turn it up even higher to about 375, 400, so it could get that little crispiness, about 20, 30 minutes at about 300, 350, and then the last 5, 10 minutes you turn it up a little higher. Just don't burn down the place, if you know what I mean. Make sure you keep an eye on that. And then When that is nice and tender, or just keep it high till it's nice brown and crispy and stuff. When it's nice and tender, then you can pull it out. And I have one that I already did for you all. And this is how it should look. Here's my little sweet potato fries. Enjoy it. If you thought French fries were good, this will take that and put it in the back room, because this one is taking the VIP room. This is the thing. And now holidays and all of these items will come. Go ahead and make these and give your relatives, your friends, and everybody a healthier alternative. But you can't just have it just like that. We made some ketchup. So go ahead and you could probably even take like a spoonful of that ketchup and you could put that on some of them and they will truly enjoy it. But let me tell you real quick about those sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, did you know that it's very good for even an individual dealing with high cholesterol? Has quite tons of vitamins, nutrients as well. And also not only that, for a person who needs a little energy. Everybody these days is like, how can I get my energy? I need a boost in energy and stuff like that. Well, if we just eat right, eat on time and items like that, and you will talk about this in other programs, then our energy will go. But if you need a little extra boost, why not have some sweet potato fries? A lot of times, the problem with the energy is that sometimes we're just working too hard. We're not getting enough rest, you know what I mean? And so I can't tell you, hey, do this for energy or do that. But I can tell you, if we start eating proper foods and balance it out, then we will have the true blessing. This as well is good for metabolism. Why? Because of the vitamins and minerals that it has, it's digests a little slowly, but because of that nice natural sugar flavor that you taste there, it goes ahead and over time. So instead of shooting up and crashing down like refined products, this item will give you what is known as the airplane effect. So it'll go up slowly, 1.5, 2, 2.5. And then after 3.5, 4 hours, what happened? You get hungry again. And that is because of the benefits that sweet potato have. I mean, we could go on and on about the sweet potatoes and how good it is. The only recommendation, even for diabetics, that we just want to be moderate and temperate, okay? Now, write this down. Temperate, because once you start taking one, you remember that old saying, once you pop, you can't stop? Well, once you bite, you won't be able to fight the temptation, you know what I mean, that comes with you trying to grab more and more and more. Have a few, have several, no problem. It's actually good for you. And if you notice, the spices that we add or the herbs that we add are actually good too. We have the onion, the garlic, and the paprika. Does anybody know what paprika is? A lot of times we say, well, yeah, we use paprika, but we don't know what it is. Well, paprika is actually good for you. Why? Because it's actually sweet red bell peppers, but it's just dried, dehydrated and stuff like that. So I know you will enjoy it. And if anybody watched one of our other programs, we remember that sweet red bell pepper, it has almost 4 times the amount of vitamin C than even an orange. So that thing is loaded. So don't go crazy on the paprika now. But you can use paprika every now and then to flavor your food and enjoy it. And in the other programs that we'll be doing, we're going to go into one other add-on. Not today, but tune in. Keep tuning in. And we're going to do some mayonnaise, the add-on of choice after ketchup. So go ahead and enjoy yourself.